Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. I'm going to be walking you through the private label process step by step, from branding, sourcing, and finding the right product and launching it successfully step by step. Every single phase I'm about to walk you through is the exact process used to go from an idea to the manufacturer to having a product with your logo on it on the digital market like TikTok or Amazon. So we got different phases like getting your business foundation set up, finding a winning product, vetting your manufacturer, and sampling these things. We're gonna walk through all that. But if you've ever seen a product on the TikTok shop or Amazon and thought that you could sell that, you're right, because you can. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to do that. So we're gonna go through these steps and phases right now. Don't skip ahead because each phase builds on the last one. So the first one is your business foundation. So let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna get into step one. We're gonna be setting up the business illegally. This is everything right here, because if this doesn't fall into place, none of it, all just falls out of order. So you're gonna do this through things like, you could use LegalZoom. Or you could just set up through the state. You're gonna go get your EIN from the IRS, whatever state you're in, because you have to file taxes on all these things, and you're gonna have to open up a business bank account because you're gonna be raking in a lot of money off these things. If these things that you're setting up and these products that you put out actually scale and you have the correct foundation, everything's good. You're gonna go open your LLC, you're gonna get your EIN, get a DBA if that's necessary for you, if you operate under two different names, a fictitious name, and you're gonna get a certificate of good standing, and then open a business bank account. You're gonna have to have all these documents organized, because when it comes time to make these accounts, you're gonna have to have these documents because you have to submit them. So you could use LegalZoom. That's probably the quickest way if you want to just get in and get it to it. But if you do it by the state, it's a little bit more tedious. LegalZoom is convenient. But most of this stuff you could cut out if you just do it by the state, but you're gonna have to stay organized on your own business documents. So you can file directly with the state, like I just said. You're gonna go to your state secretary of state website, and choose your business structure. That's LLC, sole proprietor, single member, all that stuff. You're gonna get an article of organization, pay your state filing fee, and get your EIN. And these are all the documents that you're gonna need. You're gonna need your article of organization again, EIN. You're gonna need to do a DBA if that matters to you. Not everybody's gonna need that, but these things are required. You'll also get an operating agreement. You probably have to create that yourself. I know I did for sure. And then you'll get a business bank account. You go and get a business bank account with your local bank, whoever you bank with. But just to stay organized, you're gonna create a Google Drive and have all these business documents in there. Definitely look at all your business documents, understand what they are and what they mean, and keep a physical binder for the, just for your records. So that's setting up your business legally. You definitely want to take this serious, because if this falls out of place and you don't want any time wasted on this. So this is one of the first steps, getting your business just legal out there on paper and recognized by the state. All right, so phase two, step two, we're gonna find a winning product. This is where most people get stuck at, because they're trying to find the thing that works for them. I just say find what you're passionate about.
Finding a winning product,
at the end of the day.
when you start looking at products, you're gonna come across different terminologies in the manufacturing space, like MOQs. That's minimum order
And minimum order quantity is basically the smallest order or smallest number of product that you can order with the manufacturer. So you're definitely going to want to take a look at that. So for example, if the MOQ is 300 units for $3 per unit, you're going to need $900 ready before they can start making anything. So before you even get an order, you need to meet the MOQ standards with the manufacturer. And then you're going to want to do different things like look with other manufacturers, see what their rates are, what their MOQs are. Some manufacturers may not even offer MOQs. Sometimes you want to go get a sample, but the thing with samples is you want to see the final product on the sample. So you don't really want it to do. That's why it's always important to have good relationships with the manufacturers, because you don't want it to. You could structure different negotiations and different communications with the manufacturer that allow you to go back and forth with sampling and all these different type of things. That's why it's always good to be a decent human being at the end of the day, because you're gonna go back and forth with these guys, and I'm pretty sure you could definitely work your magic with negotiating. But if the deal doesn't go good with the manufacturer, just go with another one. The number one rule, your product cost should be less than 30% of what you can sell it for. So that's just basically having good margins on your own products. If you order a product for $3, you're not gonna go sell it for $3. It's that type of thing. So, because you got to factor in your ad spend, the platform fee, and factory shipping, and also this is how you calculate what your profit is going to be. So there's different things right here. You got factory unit cost, sea freight, that's basically shipping, U.S. customs duties, inspection fees, packaging and labels. That's another thing. You're gonna have to go get your labels, your UPC labels, so that Amazon or TikTok shop could scan it. Barcode. It's basically barcodes. So yeah, that's basically finding a winning product. They also have different platforms where you could find different products. Step 3, we're going to find and vet your manufacturer. So where are you going to find these manufacturers? You're going to find these manufacturers on manufacturing platforms. Think of these platforms like Google, but for factories. Just like you Google things to find information, these platforms let you search for factories that make your product. What you want to do is start with Alibaba, definitely. You got global sources, made in China, and ThomasNet, but you're definitely gonna want to go with Alibaba. So the pros of this is it's a huge supplier selection. They have trader assurance protection. They have verified badges and reviews. So that's one way we're gonna stick with that. You always want to check the reviews between different manufacturers. And the cons are it could be overwhelming at first. Some resellers pose as factories and MOQs can be high. So I say definitely just go with Alibaba unless you find a different one. And there's different communities that share their manufacturers and stuff like that in this space. So red flags to avoid are no trader assurance badge. That's basically like a yellow badge that you can see when you go on these platforms. Less than 2 years of the platform. That can also be risky. Response rate below 80%. And if they're not responding, it's probably I've dealt with manufacturers that don't respond on a timely basis because they have different holidays over there. Remember, we're talking about foreign countries. Especially if you're in the United States, you're dealing with different foreign country holidays and stuff like that. Whatever. Name mismatch on business licenses, pressure to pay outside Alibaba. Definitely don't work with somebody that's pressuring to play outside of Alibaba. That's definitely raising a red flag. But we got a different thing right here. Definitely check this out. Vetting checklist. run this on every supplier, no exceptions. We got a vetting checklist, so we're gonna check off if they have, and this is just a mental check note, but we're gonna see if they have the trade assurance badge. Of course, boom. 4 years on the platform, very nice. 90% response rate, okay. Business license received and name matches. You're definitely gonna need their business license and their factory confirmation number when you set up these seller accounts. Full contact info, boom. Bank details collected for the wire transfer, boom. All right, message templates. All right, this is exactly what you say to the supplier. You could probably just use AI for that. All right, but you're definitely gonna tell them that you're interested in what product, and tell them that you're a business buyer looking to place an initial order. You're gonna list them the MOQ, unit price at 200, 500, and 1,000 units, whatever the case may be. Sample cost and shipping costs to the USA, your lead time for production, whether you offer custom branding or packaging. All right. These are the things that you're gonna ask for. Also, please send your business license and factory confirmation number so I can complete our supply verification process. You're gonna need that for the seller accounts. I'm gonna get different follow-up messages. Can you send photos of the product, blah, blah, blah. What quality certification does the product have? What are your payment terms? Do you accept 30% deposit and 70% on completion? Can you do a video call to discuss the order? Video calls are very important. You definitely want to have good relationships with your manufacturers. And this is establishing a good relationship with the manufacturer. You can also do sample requests, definitely. I would like to order the sample of the product. Sometimes they do, you could just order one product for the sample, 2 sample units, whatever, and then just invoice them, and then just see it, feel the product that you're going to be selling to the market. But that's phase 3 right there. Find and vet the manufacturer. Like I said, definitely just, I know people that's been making money with Alibaba for years, so definitely just go with Alibaba. Start with Alibaba. If you're watching this right now, just type in Alibaba and look at the different things they offer, and just get familiar with Alibaba. Messaging, they're very, you could just use AI for that, like to help you with talking to these guys in these different companies. But find and vet your manufacturer. That's phase 3. Then after you find and vet the manufacturer, and you're establishing a product, you're gonna want to get samples, photos, and establish the brand. So we're working forwards, not backwards. We're not just gonna start establishing a brand and then start working on the product. No, we're gonna work on the product first and then establish the brand. So that we don't want those weak loops of thinking that we're getting things done and nothing's actually been established yet. So never commit to a bulk order without holding the product first. The phase is about verifying quality, building your brand identity, and making sure your product itself is shelf ready before a single unit ships to a warehouse or your house. So order samples before anything else, no exceptions. We talked about that last phase. Just understand that you have to see the product before the consumer sees the product, and verify it to your liking and quality. And one thing that I did emphasize before was just finding the winning product. So maybe order other people's products and compare them to yours side by side and see what you like about yours, what you could do to improve it, because innovation drives innovation. So if you're coming out with a pen that has a ball point, you may want to do that as well, or push pen. It's just you want to push innovation and make your products a little bit better than other people's. Just look at different things like how long it takes, how much is it going to cost, how many units should you order, should you sample from multiple suppliers? I definitely say definitely sample from more than one supplier. Just get good relationships with all of them. Here's a sample phase. Day 1, request samples. Day 2, supplier confirms and ships. This is all the expectations from doing samples. But the beginner tip is when your sample arrives, test it, drop it, scratch it, whatever you have to do, whatever the product is. Use it 50 times in a row. A customer who loves your product will use it daily. So it just depends on the product. Like if you're making toothbrushes, yeah, go ahead, test it. Pens, pencils, baby products, go ahead and test it. You definitely want to order the sample to test it. See how it feels in your hands. Run every sample through this checklist, hold it, inspect it, test to see how the customer would feel using it, measure it, open the packaging like a customer would. Definitely, that's important. Check all the printed text. That's one of the most difficult parts in private label e-com is getting the packaging, because like this mouse, it came in a package, so you have to design those packages. But the manufacturers give you packaging templates, but you have to go design that on the Photoshop and understand that as well. You probably could find a video on that on YouTube. I know I did, and I just pushed myself to learn through that. Does it smell? Check for sharp edges. Match it against the supplier's product photos and buy competitors' versions. We emphasized that a little while ago. And then you're gonna get product photography. So you're gonna have to get high resolution pictures of your product. You could hire somebody, or you could just take the pictures yourself. You're gonna get side-by-side photos, lifestyle photos, infographic photos. Definitely would recommend hiring somebody to do the branding if you're not into that. But if you're like a one-person type of business model type of guy or girl, I say this is definitely doable. I know I pushed myself to do it, but because I had a background in marketing, so it didn't really bother me that much. It was a little bit tedious, but you'll definitely be able to push through it. Labels and packaging. This is what separates a real brand from a generic reseller. When your product arrives in the customer's hands, what do they see? A plain brown box with a generic barcode, or branded experience with your logo? So you're definitely going to want to consider if you want to do one or the other. So, you got custom packaging, your logo is going to be on the product, FNSKU barcode. So there's different, there's a website where you could actually go get that, and then you're going to have to send it to your manufacturer. So definitely keep that in mind. It's called a FNSKU barcode. And the reason why these barcodes are very essential is because they want to track, like, when things go through customs, they scan the barcode and then they can tell you where it's at in the exact moment. But the thing with that is Amazon will reject you if you don't have barcoding and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure TikTok, it's just standard for me. Once you and it should be standard for you once you understand these things, like that there are different steps that you have to take. So without further ado, we're gonna get into seller accounts. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into this. Phase 5 is creating your seller account. So you're gonna wanna set this up when your inventory arrives, because there's gonna be a certain window that you have to take account to, because they will shut down your store. I know TikTok Shop is very strict about this type of stuff, but just don't rush into it. That's why I said there's steps, and you have to take the first step, next step, and just so on. Amazon is pretty lenient, but they do have a monthly fee with it. So let's go with Amazon first. They have a monthly fee of $40. Payout schedule every 2 weeks. They have approval time of 1 to 3 business days. That's pretty much how it is. But the documents you're gonna need, and all this is required. So you're gonna need an EIN, an LLC, certificate of organization, articles of all that, business bank account, government issued ID, and a business address. And all of this stuff has to match with your LLC documents. Has to match with the Amazon seller account setup, the account setup. So down here I have a caution icon, and it says the bank account name must match your seller account, no exceptions. And this is the #1 cause of payout holds for new sellers. If your LLC is Urban Nest LLC and your bank account says John Smith, Amazon and TikTok will freeze your payments and until you resolve it. And they also give you a time window for that as well. That's why I said if you operate under a different business name, you're gonna want to provide them with the doing business as document, and you can get that from your state website, or whatever the business portal is in your state. But definitely make sure everything is aligned and set up properly and correctly. So this is the hardest part of all that. And TikTok Shop is pretty much the same way. They're a lot more strict than Amazon, because TikTok Shop would just ban your account, which I've actually gone through that plenty of times, just not having a proper setup, because I have multiple businesses, and yeah, it was a hassle, because I do business under different names, and I didn't have a DBA at the time, but everything is sorted out now, so I'm speaking from experience. Here's the step-by-step guide for Amazon seller account. It's pretty much straightforward, but you're gonna go to Amazon sell.amazon.com, enter all your business information, provide your EIN, connect your business bank account, upload your government ID, and complete a video identity verification. And these are all the documents you'll need again. So got your EIN, LLC, business bank account, government ID, business address, credit or debit card. I say you would. Oh yeah, this is for payment, the monthly payment that you're gonna have to provide to Amazon, $40 a month. So you're definitely gonna want to start getting your return on investment. So that's why I emphasize just the steps and levels to everything. Phone number, 2-step verification, and certificate of good standing. TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is something else sometimes. But TikTok Shop is lovely though, because you could do direct to consumer. Like, everybody's scrolling on TikTok. If you could get somebody's attention and just get them to impulse buy. I mean, we're not trying to manipulate people here, but people do buy off of things they like to see. And if you have the proper advertising and you know you're doing good ads, somebody will buy. Like, people are buying stuff on TikTok. Like, so I get why they're strict. This is a direct to consumer platform. I mean, Amazon is too, but they don't, you're not scrolling on Amazon looking to get entertained and looking for something to buy at the same time. That's why TikTok Shop is so special. But with TikTok Shop, you just go to seller.tiktok.com, enter the business details, upload your business license, provide your EIN, connect your business account, and complete identity verification. TikTok Shop pays out weekly and takes 6% commission. It's no monthly fee, and this makes it lower risk to start than Amazon, but the real power is organic content, even without ads. TikTok Shop is TikTok Shop. It's wonderful, and you can run into some hiccups if you don't set it up properly. And these are the hiccups that you want to avoid. So when you're setting up, do not use your personal bank account with TikTok Shop. Definitely don't do that. By the time I set up with Amazon, me personally, I just knew not to use a personal bank account that didn't match with the setup of a business account. So name mismatch between documents, definitely get that sorted out. Registering before your EIN is confirmed, definitely don't rush into the situation of being a seller of these platforms with private label. Blurry or cropped ID photos, of course. Skipping the professional Amazon plan to save money. So definitely organize your finances and ask yourself, are you ready to jump into this type of business? Because if you can't fulfill orders, it's gonna fall on you, and that's not decent business. Setting up accounts after inventory arrives. So account verification can take 1 to 7 days on TikTok Shop and 1 to 3 days on Amazon. If your inventory arrives and your account isn't approved yet, you're paying for warehouse storage while you wait. Set up accounts during the sample phase. So this is mainly if you're doing like FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, or fulfilled by a different warehouse. So main thing is you want to identify if you want to fulfill the orders yourself or you want a warehouse to do it. So this is where that falls in. But definitely don't rush into setting up accounts. Definitely evaluate where you are in the process, because you don't want your account to get flagged and then you're waiting. It's annoying. All right. When should you set these things up? The best time to set your seller account up is during the sample phase. So that's when you have the product in front of you. You're able to take photos of it. Your business documents are organized and you're ready to present them when the seller account setups are being established, and you're in that phase with it. All right. So that's creating a seller account. Pretty tedious, but you can get through it if you stay committed. Next, we're going to get into phase 6, which is order docs and shipping paperwork. Paperwork isn't glamorous, but missing one document can hold your entire shipment at customs for weeks. 3 documents every shipment needs is your purchase order, a commercial invoice, and a packing list. A purchase order, who creates it? You create it and send it to the supplier. When? You're gonna do this before the production starts. It's your legal protection and holds the supplier accountable to what was agreed. You're gonna have to get a commercial invoice. This is when the supplier creates and sends to you. And then you're gonna want to get a packing list. The supplier creates this and also sends this to you. What is the full order timeline? So I have a whole order timeline, and that's all right here. Beginner tip: this is essential. So you're gonna want to save every document in a dedicated folder, and then organize by order number. So if you're making products for Amazon, you're gonna want to save the document in like a folder, and then say where it's delegating to or getting directed to, and then have all the business documents in there, like your UPC codes and your different barcoding and stuff like that. So a purchase order is basically a formal written agreement between you and the supplier. It says, I want this amount of products at this price, So this is essential because you're gonna show this to like the different seller platforms, and so that like you actually bought these products. The commercial invoice, this is for like shipment and stuff like that, and it's to calculate how much import tax you owe and stuff like that. Supplier, create that for you. And then the packing list. Packing list is like a detailed table of contents for every box in your shipment. It tells customs, your freight forwarder, and wherever your inventory is going. And that's it. It was another phase that I had, but it's not really, I pretty much talked about it after reviewing it, sitting here, just reviewing everything. But that's pretty much everything. I genuinely appreciate if you're watching this and you're, looking to get into the private label space. That kind of tells me you're serious, but just from setting up your LLC and getting your first sale on Amazon and TikTok Shop, you got the full blueprint. I'll probably put this into the description below, but I really thank you for staking it out with me and figuring this stuff out. But I hope you get to figure this out, and yeah, this is private label basically. Yeah, this is private label. So subscribe if you haven't. I'm dropping more content on private label and e-commerce maybe. I'll see you in the next one.